Taking a look at the Go Fast rocket launch done by a private company in 2014, highlighting the absurdity of the speeds that NASA claims their rockets go. Go Fast rocket. Look how fast this fucker's going. Would you get on something like this? We'll take a look at the specs in a second. This thing is moving, and it's going straight up. Why isn't it curving away? Why is this thing doing something different than all NASA rocket launches do? Why is this one different? Why hasn't this happened since? Why can't these guys put something into orbit? They obviously have the capability. NASA said nope, because you can't do it, because they're fucking faking it. You can't fake real. Look at this thing. Some flat earthers think that it's hitting a dome or hitting some kind of barrier. Maybe. Not really worried about that for this video. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Some people say that there's anti-thrusters that deployed to slow it down. Concave, convex, fisheye lens. That thing was moving. 2014, the team repeated their accomplishment with a second successful space launch, which set new records for the highest and fastest amateur rocket, blah, blah, blah. Analysis of the data from the recovered military-grade inertial measurement that flew on board shows the Go Fast rocket reached an altitude of 385,800 feet. It's up there. You couldn't see much curvature, though. At a speed of 3,580. So that was 3,500 miles an hour. 3,500. How fast can conventional rockets go? Speeds required. Earth to low Earth orbit, 17,000 miles an hour. 5 times faster, 4 or 5 times faster, 5 times faster. Earth to Earth escape, I don't know what the fuck that means, 24,000. Yeah, okay, yeah, you strap yourself on the front of that. Hold on.
Once you're strapped in and we're ready to go, everybody else has to leave. And the riders are all out there by themselves.
This thing's going.
Everybody else is in the blockhouse, quite a distance away.
1,400
they start giving a countdown over the
miles an hour.
loudspeaker, and the sirens are going off. You know, it shows you how much guts he had. But he'd be sitting there, looking down the track. And at the end of the track, we usually had an ambulance and his Cadillac, and he knew we were going to wind up in one of them at the end of the run.
If you imagine hurtling down a track at the speed of sound and slamming to a stop in less than a second, the forces that puts on the human body are just unbelievable. Stat broke ribs. He damaged almost every part of his body in these runs, and he made these runs over and over and over again, knowing what was going to happen.
On his sled run, and by the way, I was the chase pilot.
Now we'll take a look at the hypersonic sled. This is unmanned.
The internet is full of many wondrous things, most of which you have likely already seen. But something you probably have never seen before is an object rocketing along a set of tracks at 6,599 miles per hour, or right around
6,600 miles an hour. All right. 17,000. And this is 6,600.
on Mach 8.6. No, I did not screw those metrics up. The video shows a test being conducted on an object that is moving far beyond the threshold of hypersonic speed, Mach 5, just a few feet over the desert floor near Alamogordo, New Mexico.
And they're testing this on a...
what on earth could they be testing at those speeds on
a missile, a super aerodynamic, sleek missile. Not an oversized garbage can.
Rocket sled track? Well, pretty much any component that has to work while accelerating to and traveling at hypersonic speeds. And this is a very big deal these days, as the Pentagon is clawing to get its hands on basically any hypersonic weaponry it can.
That fucker is.
Sensitive
Would you
guidance
get on
and
that?
control systems will have to
This is
be
only
able to
going a
survive
third of
heavy
the speed
acceleration
as the
forces and
rockets
high
that
thermal
need to get to
stresses
the
in order to
International
make
Space
America's
Station.
hypersonic
1/3 of the
dreams a
speed.
reality. Coatings and construction materials also
Fuck
need to be
no.
put to the test before
You
a heavy
got to be
investment into
kidding me.
flight
That's
testing
insane. And it's on a
prototypes is
track to
made.
get going that
And this
fast?
is on top of other scientific high-speed research that is ongoing at any given
It's a
time at
dummy in that
Holloman's
chair
high-speed test
testing the
track.
ejection seat.
So, with that in mind, it isn't hard to understand why the 10-mile-long, world record-setting installation has become extremely important as of late. The general high-speed track concept has a super entertaining and colorful history, with everything from warheads to ejection seats being tested on rocket and jet sleds over the decades. But in the early 2000s, Holloman's high-speed test track got totally remodeled for a hypersonic era, one that is now just about to dawn in an operational manner. So yeah,
That's
the clip is
absurd.
the fastest thing
That's
you'll ever see
fucking
from
absurd.
a close-up vantage.
Not saying they don't launch rockets. These things are ridiculous. I hand it to them. This is a feat of engineering, no doubt. Not denying it. Yeah, well, yeah, that thing's going to get going 17,000 miles an hour? Really? 17,000 miles an hour. And people are on it? I don't think so. There's nobody on it. This is all for show. It's going to eventually take a parabolic arc, fly out of sight. Get the fuck out. It's going to fly out of sight and land in the ocean. Or they're going to magically land it on a barge or whatever the fuck they're doing. It's all a show. The thing is not going to get going 17,000 miles an hour. We just looked at 6,600 miles an hour. Boom, that thing was gone. You couldn't even track that with a camera. Get the fuck out of here with that noise. SR-71 Blackbird. Top speed, 2,200 miles an hour. That's moving. That makes sense. That's logical. In 76, the SR-71 set the records. It still holds. How come NASA rockets don't hold a record for going so fast? Because they don't go that fast. Flying at a sustained altitude of 85,000 feet and reaching a top speed of 2,193 miles per hour. Back in the day, Mach 3.3. Look at this thing. That is aerodynamic. The thing is sleek, made out of titanium. Sharp as a katana sword. Right? Built to handle top speeds of 2,200 miles an hour. Where is the 17,000 miles an hour coming from in a tin can? Now let's compare this to the Falcon 9. Yeah, come on. There. It's like a fucking balls. They launch these rockets as a FU to God with their phallic symbolism. $70 meters tall. 1,210,000 pounds heavy. Really? Going 17,000 miles per hour? Compare that to the SR-71 Blackbird. This is a fucking joke. They're lying to you. You NASA fanboys can feel free to believe all the magic you want. It's all a show. You can't fake real. Just use your logic. Compare it to everything else. The rocket sled. Nobody is getting on a rocket going 17,000 miles per hour. Let alone meeting up with another craft doing the same speed. Hitting a moving target like that would be impossible. And I've already highlighted that in a previous video where that bitch looks stationary, looking like they're underwater filming in front of a green screen. This is a fucking joke. And I ain't laughing anymore.